Yo, what's up, guys? MMA Analyst. Let me get my pink headphones out of here. MMA Analyst here to do the recap for UFC 144. Good Lord. I got two things right, literally. I don't even need to talk about how bad I did with the picks. Good God. This is what I said in my betting pick, right at the beginning of the video. I said, I think this will be one of the most exciting fights of the year. Everybody pretty much knew that. And for betting, you're probably going to see a lot of unexpected things happen. I'd be very surprised if the vast majority of the favorites won. Yikes. That's it. I pretty much got everything else wrong. First time I've ever gone 4 and 8. I go below 500 mark maybe 2 times a year. I've never had anything even remotely close to this bad, but it is what it is. You're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days. It's actually pretty good. Let's talk about the fights. Let's see, UFC. We're gonna look at the list here. All right, first things first. I thought Frankie Edgar actually won that fight. I thought he won the first round, the second round, and the fifth round. He was getting the takedowns. Wasn't doing much with them, but he was definitely getting the takedowns. He was landing more strikes. The more damage was done by bad Henderson strikes, but I thought Frankie Edgar won the fight. Very close fight, though. It's not like it's an easy fight to pick. But to say that, 49-46 for Ben Henderson, only giving Frank Edgar one round is kind of crazy. The one round where he got up kicked with 5 seconds left in the round, that was the second round, I think. He won that round. I was pretty sure he won the first round. And I thought he won the fifth round. I don't know. Congratulations to Ben Henderson. He definitely, a long road. And now he's a champ. And what's next for him? What is next for him? Pettis is around the corner. Jim Miller's just got his ass whooped, so that's not going to happen. I don't know. WEC, boom. Good win for Ben Henderson. What's next for Frankie Edgar? I don't think he should go down to 145. Why should he? He lost a very close fight, a fight that I think he won. I remember when he fought BJ Penn the first time, I definitely was not a fan of his at that point in his career. At this point, I'm pretty much I'm a Frankie Edgar fan. I think he takes a little too much damage than he needs to. And with all of his movement and footwork, he leaves himself open for a lot of stuff. But, he goes out there and he fights. And, great fight. Quentin Rampage Jackson, Ryan Bader. Rampage needs to retire. I thought he was going to retire with a win. My biggest fear, I don't know if I said it in my prediction video, but I said it in my betting video, was that I was worried that he was going to potentially take Ryan Bader lightly, knowing that he wanted to retire. And when you take someone lightly, let's say he wants to retire, just go out there and knock out Ryan Bader, you don't take somebody seriously. He also didn't train at Wolf Slayer. He trained at his own place. So, I don't know. He came out looking bad, If you take a look at the history of Rampage in the UFC, I say his 3 easiest opponents that he's faced in the UFC were Ryan Bader, Keith Jardine, and Forrest Griffin. I'm not going to include Marvin Eastman because they just gave him that, we're not going to include Marvin Eastman. Which, by the way, was, 5 years ago, by the way. But anyways. He lost to Forrest Griffin. He was, 20 seconds away. He knocked Keith Jardine down with about 20 seconds left in the third round. And that's the difference between Keith Jardine beating him. And he lost to Ryan Bader. He is a fighter who doesn't like training. And, he's not going to be the champ. he's not gonna beat John Jones. He beat Lyoto Machida, but he really didn't beat Machida. It's just if your head's not in it, I mean he's missing weight, 6 pounds off, all of that stuff. So just retire, Doug. Just retire. But he's a fighter, and probably I thought he was gonna retire because he's just gonna leave on a win. But really, you need to just retire because what are you here for? If you're not gonna make weight, if you're not gonna train properly for people you should be able to beat, then what are you here for? Ryan Bader, no disrespect, he did a good job. I mean, he was moving around. He looked really fast for the first time ever. His takedowns look like they're on point. But I can't help but think, Quentin was, really tired, getting taken down, going into guard, just, it is what it is. But, congrats to Ryan Bader. What's next for Ryan Bader? I don't know, with the win over Rampage, you would think at this point maybe he would get one of those, Machida types, right? Dan Henderson's kind of waiting around. They don't know what to do with him. So maybe Machida versus Ryan Bader. Machida, again, if you take a look at, again, the guys that Rampage lost to, when they fought other much better fighters, they got wrecked. And that's what should happen when much better fighters fight inferior fighters. But Rampage doesn't treat all fighters the same. He doesn't prepare the same way for when, he basically has to be motivated. And he's motivated by threat levels and interest in the fight. It is what it is. Next fight, Mark Hunt versus Chet Congo. Chet Congo, I mean, one thing that always bothers me is when fighters, a stand-up is elevated high. I've always said Chet Congo stand-up he's a big, strong guy. He's okay. If he's in there with a real striker, which there aren't many in the UFC, in the heavyweight division. Now there are some more. But, if he's in there with the real striker, he's going to have some serious problems. He didn't want anything to do with Mark Hunt's stand-up, which he really didn't. He was, in the right. And Mark Hunt's just a beast on the feet. And really, really, really cool, laid-back type of dude, too. It's funny. Joe Rogan's trying to get information, and he's like, oh, yeah, that's all right. Really, really cool character. Even, knocks down Chet Congo and just let Chet Congo falls on all fours, and Mark Hunt's just like, well, don't worry, we'll do it again, and just really calm. And if you want to look at muscle memory tells you a lot about somebody. Chet Congo, first time he fell down, he felt like you gotta think, that. I don't know if you ever knew the guy, but that 6'7" kid in grade 9 who wasn't fully developed, and he came from some other country. Could have been Africa, could have been Russia or something like that, but he's just some tall guy who doesn't really speak the language we all speak, right? English, right? But he plays basketball, but he's really uncoordinated, and if he ever fell, can you imagine how he would get up? Whoa, obviously he'd just been rocked, but when you got muscle memory, you watch when Nick Diaz gets dropped, except for when he gets face planted, against, I think it was Paul Daly. You just fall back calm. You just figure out how to get up. The smoothest stand-up of all time was, I think, Overeem when he got dropped. I forget who he got dropped by. It might have been by Badahari. But he got dropped hard. And then he was one knee, the other knee, one foot, the other foot. It's just real. Homeboy was just stood up to his feet. Then when he got hit the second time, turned his back on his opponent, started running away. That's the muscle memory. Muscle memory is like kind of like a truth serum. If you want to know how good somebody really is in whatever their specialty is, hurt him and see what happens. If a jiu-jitsu guy is really all that great and you rock him, he's going to get hold of you and recover. If a wrestler is all that great of a wrestler and you rock him, he's going to go for a double leg and maybe take you down. And if a striker gets rocked, he's going to chill. He's going to cover up and do what he's supposed to do. Keep his eyes on his opponent. He's not going to turn away and run. Turn away like this, running up against the cage. If there was no cage there, he would have ran out of the damn Saitama Arena. Whack. Anyways, by the way, those are 3 underdogs in a row that won. The top 3 were all underdogs. Jake Shields versus Yoshihiro Akiyama. Akiyama just didn't do anything. He had one amazing throw, another very nice throw, but he didn't do anything. He was so worried about the takedown, which he, did his thing, stuffed all the takedowns, that he didn't do anything on his feet, nothing. And he should have for sure got a point taken away. 2 cage grabs? 2? I mean, that's disgusting. He basically got outstruck by Jake Shields. Jake Shields. I mean, you got that win. Jake Shields is going to have a problem fighting anybody who has any kind of proper ground game or defensive wrestling or black belt judo. He's just not going to be able to get the fight to the ground. And, he got his win, though. He got his win. It was ugly as hell. Tim Boetsch versus Yushin Okami. See, what Tim Boetsch did here in this fight is what I wish so many fighters could do, which is recognize what I'm doing is not working, or have a little bit of, urgency. You know what? I'm about to lose this fight, and I need to win. And what I've been doing up to now ain't been working, so let's switch it up. You know what? Let's just go crazy, whatever that is. This what I always accused Yushin Okami of not being able to do. Yushin Okami will go out there and do something that's working, and they'll just keep doing the same thing over and over again and get a win. If it's not working, they'll just do the same thing over and over and get a loss. So in this fight, he's wrecking Tim Boetsch. Like, all he got to do is turn it up. He can just turn it up. He's not putting any effort into the first 2 rounds. He's just naturally better at everything than Tim Boetsch. That's it. It's kind of like if, I go out there and I just do me. Like, I can beat you jogging. Then I'm just going to beat you jogging. But if I can beat you jogging, I should sprint. And Yushin Okami jogged for 2 rounds and wrecked Tim Boetsch. And then Tim Boetsch, we're going to call him the Turtle, but, he caught a cab. And dude just said, whoa. And he sprinted and caught Yushin Okami's jogging axe and knocked him out. And I even think Yushin Okami might have even started walking in the 3rd, to play with that analogy. That he was I've never been a fan of Yushin Okami ever. And it's stuff like this, that just bothers me to no extent. Mad props to Tim Boetsch for recognizing I am going to lose this fight. What I am doing is not working, and I'm going to change that and do what I need to do. And it took him 54 seconds. Once he turned it on. Yushin Okami just, you don't have a champion's mind. It is what it is. You don't have a champion's mind. What I will say, though, is Goldberg, who's probably good for 400 horrible comments a UFC event, he did say the first thing I've ever heard him say where I was like, you know what, good job. He was like, after his loss to Rich Franklin, he got strong. I'm like, that's true. After his loss to Chael Sonnen, he went and trained with Chael Sonnen for wrestling. That's true, too. And we were like, his striking looked good. So what do you think he did after he lost to Anderson Silva? I'm like, yeah, he probably worked on his striking. Okay, now he needs to go train with some I think he needs to go train with them with Team Bumchin, because they just work hard all the time. Alpha male, he needs to go somewhere where they're gonna teach him a little bit about aggression and trying to finish fights, because that was his fight to lose, and Tim Boetsch was like, I'm taking it. So congrats to Tim Boetsch. Yushin Okami, great work. You did it again. Bart Palashevsky versus Hatsuhioki. Alright, so first things first. Hatsuhioki looked like a monster in the first round. I'm sitting there like, whoa. That's why you're ranked number 2. Not that garbage you were doing against George Root. So round 1, wow, you killed it. Round 2, 143, folks. What do you want from me? You know what I mean? It's either now or tomorrow morning. You get it in the afternoon. Pause. Palashevsky turned it up in the second round. And I said in the third round, because I was like, if Hioki wants to win this, he's got to just take this fight to the ground. And that's what he did. He did what he needed to do. I think the right call was 29-28. Good win for Hioki. What's next for him? Does he get a title shot? Is he next in line? He's definitely one win away from a title shot, and he's in contention right now. Anthony Pettis versus Joe Lozon. Look, if for people who've been watching this, make picks, and I love fighters who don't throw out them little feeler, just throwing out an arm. I like when fighters go out there and they throw kicks to knock people out. Anthony Pettis threw 2 kicks. The first one was fast and vicious and blocked. The second one was fast and vicious and not blocked. And that's it. He's also beautiful punches, like no fake stuff, where are you? Oh, there you are, reaching, getting the reach, throwing some, just keep away, and then I'm gonna, there we go, hit you with the good one. No, he was just like, wow. He's just going crazy. That's what I like to see. Damn, Joe, you got Joe Lozon. Good win for Anthony Pettis. Takanori Gomi, hey man, you did your thing. They wanted you to win, and you won. And you went through some tough times in that first round, came back to get the win. Congratulations. Kid Yamamoto, time to go. Time to go. Time to retire. Alright? That's it. End of story. One of my favorite fighters at one point, you're now 1-5 in your last 6. That's Tito status. You gotta go. Alright? Just for yourself, for your fans, whoever remain, probably, all Asians. I still root for him all the time, I'm just saying. But that's it, man. Time to go. That's it. For one win, Federico Lopez, which was a joke of a fight in the first place. In the last 5 years. Or in the last 3 years in your last 6 fights. And you're not losing to, okay, you lost to Joe Warren, that surprised everybody. We know Joe Warren's kind of legit now. Kanahara, you're supposed to win that, you didn't. But it's still not the worst. You lose that. Then you beat Lopez, okay, nobody cared, that's nothing, right? They just literally threw you a noob. Demetrius Johnson, okay, no, that's nothing, that was probably one of the toughest opponents out of those. That is the toughest. Darren Uyanoyama, nah, you should have beat him. Von Lee, not saying he's a bum, because he's not, but Kid Yamamoto should be able to beat Von Lee. So, Von Lee, by the way, looked really good. Great transitions from stand-up to submissions. Great with the submissions. That was, overall, looked solid, Von Lee. Good work. Kid Yamamoto got to go. What was the one fight with that? Oh, yeah, Hatsuhioki, that crazy transition on the ground in the first round. Whew, nasty. All right. Ricky Fukuda, congratulations. Steve Cantwell, 5 losses in a row in the UFC? Come on. If the UFC holds an event in his backyard, he shouldn't be allowed to even attend it. Forget about fighting it. Never let him back in the UFC, man. You did everything you could to give this guy chances. I don't even know what he did to earn this status, that you can stay as long as you want status. This Dan Hardy status. We know why Dan Hardy's has it, because he's British, and I don't know what Steve Cantwell did. I don't know who he knows, but get him out of here. Go practice somewhere. And they were really talking so much junk about how good he was and all that stuff, just ignoring just the 4 losses in a row and yikes. Anyways, Mizugaki, that's when I knew this card was going to be rough. When Mizugaki it was the easiest decision. Like, it's only a robbery in my opinion when it's obvious who the winner was. This was so obvious. Mizugaki won. It's just kind of like, you just watch a fight. You don't have to pay attention. You just look back every few minutes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the guy on top. Yeah, he's hitting him there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, every time you check, Mizugaki is in the dominant position doing what he needs to do. Oh, yeah, nothing's changed. You don't even have to watch this fight. You just click it every now and then. And then at the end, 29-28, all 3 judges? What? Oh yeah, by the way, what else was there? There was a 30-27, all 3 judges for Jake Shields. I think that was legit. Like, I think that's what it should have been. I was surprised that the judges actually saw that. And then Zhang Tiequan getting knocked out by Tamura. So, overall, good night of fights. Some questionable judging. Some people need to go. Rampage, you're the man still, but you're not the man still, really. You're the man in spirit. Maybe not even in spirit, but I'm still a big fan, but you gotta retire. Kid Yamamoto, still a big fan. You really gotta retire. Steve Cantwell should be forced into another profession. And Chet Congo, it's just like, if anybody who watches my videos knows how much I just don't like Chet Congo. I've never really liked Chet Congo. I respect him for his comeback against Pat Barry. He's picking Chet Congo against Mark Hunt is just, that kind of stuff hurts inside, because I really want Mark Hunt to win, and then he does, and I'm like, man, I should have just went with my boy. You know what I mean? But I can't really go with Mark Hunt, you know what I mean? Anyways, I don't know what to do with him. MMA. It's important. Peace.